it was late when that rainbow-colored pattern came on the TV screen. The multicolored vertical lines of the now extinct test pattern were common to those of us who grew up during a time when analog communications ruled. "We are experiencing technical difficulties. Please stand by." These words were also commonplace when, perchance, the analog transmissions of the day failed and one's TV watching plan was abruptly interrupted. Add to this inconvenience a high-pitched screech, and you can imagine how annoying the situation could be. Annoying and oh so very common at one time. What's a test pattern, you may ask? Well, if you're of a certain age, you will surely remember the days when there was a finite end to TV programming for the day. Yes, believe it or not, entertainment, news, and whatever else you like to watch on the tube ended at a certain time every night. You have to understand, these were the days before cable news, 24-hour TV, and online and digital access that allowed you to watch YouTube and cat videos around the clock to your heart's content. Yes, during these apparently primitive times, those of us who wanted to relax and watch TV knew that at some point during that endeavor, the fun and games would end. The national anthem would come on, and then and only then you'd see the dreaded test pattern. Game over. The test pattern, also known as the test card, can be traced back to the early days of broadcast television. This programming standard was originally used to indicate that the TV transmitter was active, even though no programs were being broadcast. In the earliest of times, the test pattern was an actual physical card that was in the line of sight of the television camera, indicating various colors and geometric lines in the aid of calibration, alignment, and similar factors. Original test patterns were black, white, and grayscale because in the early days of television, color transmission of TV shows was just a futuristic fantasy. Created by RCA in 1939, the black and white test pattern was the standard for a number of years before the more easily recognizable color test pattern, the one with vertical multicolored bars, took hold. The black and white images that were sent across the airwaves landed on the clunky cathode ray boxes that televisions used to be, signaling, literally, that invisible waves of promise were just hours away or had ended for the day. This iteration of the test pattern was officially known as SMPTE color bars, with SMPTE standing for the Society of Motion Picture and Television Engineers. It was this group that established the color bars as the North American video standard in the early 1970s. This well-known pattern was often accompanied by a high-pitched tone, indicating to the viewer that a test was underway, or that programming was about to end for the evening. Though once a common sight for those who were able to stay up long past the 11 o'clock news, the test pattern saw its demise as technology's advancement changed the way that television viewers watched the tube. With the advent of a 24-hour news cycle precipitated by cable news channels and digital media, TV stations were under increasing pressures to never go off the air. Content was now king, even if that content was questionable, to say the least. Late-night infomercials, 24-hour cable news shows, and eventually the internet put an abrupt stop to the need for transmitting the once ubiquitous test pattern. After all, how could you signal the end of something that was unending? Yes, the new digital world offered infinite and unending content in a continual loop, satisfying insomniacs and night owls worldwide. When entertainment evolved beyond the television set, life for those of us who remember a finite entertainment window would never be the same again.